And I'll first of all start by sharing my journey, my story. I was born and brought up in one of the largest informal settlements, that is slum, called Bangladesh in Mombasa. And while growing up in that specific area, the area is a home to more than 50,000 people. And out of this, half of them are made up of young people below the ages of 35. So while growing up, there were a couple of challenges that I would see and I will actually face also at one point. One of them being HIV and AIDS. So while growing up, majority of young people who were being born in the slums were either born with HIV or born from parents who are living with HIV. But that was not just one of the problems, but very many problems like drugs and substance abuse. Youth unemployment has been at its highest, being at more than 80% of these young people. So half the population are young people. Then 80% of them are not employed or not doing any business. So you find that they also had challenges when it comes to livelihood. Then also there was one specific issue of teenage pregnancy in that area. So when I was in class 4, that is, I guess in your country, that is grade 4, and I was around ages 13, I was with a certain classmate who her name is Maureen. So Maureen was a very jovial girl who wanted to explore her strength, who hoped at one point that she'll venture into acting and even do film. But I can easily say that at one point, Maureen was also involved in different relationships. And during that time, she got pregnant. And then sadly is that we lost Maureen while she was trying to procure abortion. And again, because the area had no health facility nearby, no youth-friendly center to offer, and also abortion in my country is illegal. We actually lost Maureen through unsafe abortion. Maureen actually triggered a sense in me. That is when I was 13 years, and I told myself that I want to be the change I want to see. And from that time, I started engaging in different conversations with my colleagues in school. Thereafter, I went to high school, and after high school, we started a community theater group that was using theater and arts to educate communities on different challenges facing them. So from there, the art group started engaging communities, organizing community outreaches, and mobilizing also government and other partners who could actually support that community. So we moved ahead and we decided to register it as a community group. And from that community group, we looked at what are the challenges that were actually the main challenges that were facing that community. And because one of them was teenage pregnancy, drugs and substance abuse and health, we decided to come up with a youth-friendly center that will actually connect these young people to youth services and also connect them to livelihood opportunity. The youth group grew, and we started moving in other communities, also educating people and telling them that it's time for them to take action against the different challenges that they were facing. And the youth group gave birth to a youth network that is today serving at least 10,000 young people annually. The youth network has a membership of more than 2,000 members. And within those networks, the specific youth groups are working to engage the community, to engage the government, to engage different stakeholders, to actually come up with homegrown solutions to problems and challenges facing their specific communities. So why am I here today? I'm here today to tell you that no matter where you come from, no matter the challenges you are facing, your dreams are valid. And as long as you believe that you can make a difference in the community you come from, then there is always a possibility of you making a difference by doing something towards it. So today, I want to talk about why do we have Pwani Youth Network. Pwani Youth Network is working heavily with different stakeholders. And as it stands today, we have an empowerment center that is actually serving more than 5,000 young people annually, connecting them to different livelihood opportunities. Those who are into film, those who are into podcasting, those who are into acting, those who are into other ICT jobs. We are trying to train them and then connect them to livelihood opportunities. Again, what other thing are we doing? We have a youth-friendly center that we are actually enhancing service delivery. And when I say about service delivery, Maureen was just one of the girls that we lost through unsafe abortion. And because I told myself that I want to be the change I want to see, I have been engaging with governments and other stakeholders to enhance service delivery in terms of what are the existing policies that we need to change. So through the network, mobilizing community voices, enhancing them and pushing them to do something, I have come to believe that we can always make a difference as young people. Today, we are part of the Global Opportunity Youth Network that is connecting more than 10,000 young people in Kenya to livelihood opportunities. Through Global Opportunity Youth Network, I've been able to get platforms and spaces to amplify my voices, to talk to different decision makers, to engage them on the need to enhance service delivery to young people. And one of the main objectives I've been telling myself that our government, our side partners need to invest specifically towards young people. As it stands today, we have the largest generation of that the world has ever had of young people. And that means we as young people need to take up leadership, need to be on the table. The other day I was telling myself that if I will actually not get a seat on the table, I'll come with my seat and put it next to the table and engage the policymakers. So it is very important as young people to understand that we are the voice, we can make the change we want to see. Looking at very many scenarios the world is today facing, I'll give a case study of the America, specifically the United States. When the Black Lives Matter was out there, young people came out in large numbers to talk to policymakers, to actually protest and actually engage them, that it is time that people shouldn't be killed because of their race, because of where they come from. In Kenya today, our population is more than 47 million people. But again, out of these 47 million people, we are talking about more than 25 million people being young people below the ages of 35. But again, my biggest question will be, what is the government and also different partners putting into? What are they investing into so that we can have the future we want to see? I'll say that in most instances, governments also will be ready to listen to us. Now, I want to talk about community of service. For the last 3 days, we've been doing workshops to come up with solutions from the communities we come from. Again, nobody will come from where they come from to actually have a solution towards what you want to see. Nobody will actually say that I am going to do this in that community, but it is us to take up the mantle, to take up the leadership, and to take up our space. Because again, I am always a strong believer that nothing for us without us. And as young people, we have to sit on the table. We have to actually be heard. We have to be seen. We have to actually be objective in everything that we say. But again, we as young people cannot work as standalone. We have to work with adult allies, adult partners. And I'm so glad that throughout the last 3 days, this is the 4th day, we've seen adult allies like Kate, Joel, and very many others that I may not be able to mention, telling us that we got the mantle to take up the leadership. We got the mantle to take up the positions that we want to, as long as we want to make the difference we want to see. As it stands today, it is very important for us to believe that beyond this CoYL 2021, we can make the difference we want to see from the communities we come from. We can be the voices, the unheard voices we want to see. So it is very important for us to work collaboratively with different partners. Today, I can say that annually, we've been organizing something called World Cleanup Day. And through World Cleanup Day, we've been able to mobilize young people. We are talking about global warming. We are talking about different problems that are facing us. But who can solve all these problems? It is us. And not until that day, we'll actually tell ourselves that we want to make that difference. We want to be the change we want to see. Then we'll actually receive and make the world a better place. Through the Global Opportunity Youth Network and YouthBuild in specific, young people in Mombasa, voices have been amplified. Young people are right now sitting and engaging decision makers. And just the other day, YouthBuild came up with something very innovative, something called Youth Innovative Fund. Through the Youth Innovative Fund, we've seen young people engage and come up with solutions in the different specific communities they come from. Young people are right now taking the mantle. We've seen young people talking about gender-based violence, engaging via online space, and also taking up the leadership and doing something about it. We've seen young people talking about diversity, and specifically young people living with disability, telling the world that they can do something to make a difference amongst their constituents. They can do something to make a difference among those also living with disability. Again, we have the solutions to the challenges we have. We can always learn and unlearn, and there is always space to learn and unlearn every day. So as young people, I'll end by saying that indeed, the future is young. I'm open to receive any question for the next 2 to 3 minutes. So I'll open it up. If you have a question, you can just shoot it up so that I can respond to it. Thank you so much. Okay, if there is no any question from the audience or from the persons who are attending this convening, I'd like to say thank you so much. This has been an amazing platform for me to share what I do. And I hope to also listen from the different prototypes and different exchange programs that you guys have developed for the last 3 days. But I'll say that we young people got the solutions to the challenges facing us. Back to you, Lex.